I mean, seriously, it's just kind of a sleazy move to be doing that, while you're out with a girl. Even if you two aren't exclusive, a woman's going to want to feel special while she's spending time with you. She's gonna want you to make her feel special. So this definitely does not do that if you're out and your eyes are peering all over the place. Hello world, Prince here, and welcome to my channel, Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating, style, personal development, and so much more. All right, so if you're new to the channel, definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing. As you know, it helps with that algorithm, it helps the channel to grow, and really does work to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. All right, so for today's topic, we're gonna be going over something a tad bit different. We're gonna be touching on the 5 things that you should never, ever tell a woman. So I'm going to go into detail on these different things. So definitely make sure you stay tuned until the end. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into today's video. All right, so thing number 1, to never ever tell a woman, that is going to be your dating history. This especially holds true for the beginning of the relationship. You're not gonna wanna be going around and sharing all details about your past dating history. Especially to not be that guy that goes around telling women that you're dating other women, even if you're not in an exclusive relationship. For me, I just frame it like, hey, I'm just playing the field and seeing what's out there. Something to that effect, but you don't want to go around sharing those type of details about your dating history, because then the woman's gonna think like, oh, what is he gonna share about me? Gentlemen don't kiss and tell, so really you just want to keep that low key. And even if you do eventually get in an exclusive relationship with a woman, you really don't want to be holding conversations around each other's exes. It's just not an exciting conversation for either party. And when you are sharing this type of information, trust me, she's remembering every single detail that you share. And I've even made the mistake in the past to say something like, I'm not used to that, or I'm used to this level of treatment. Saying this to your girl, all she's gonna think is, you're comparing her to your past relationships, and she's not gonna like it. And I mean, you kinda are when you do this, but if she does bring it up, and more than likely if you're with her long enough, she will, just keep it light, Don't go into crazy detail. For me, I've said stuff like, hey, she was a really good girl, and things just didn't work out, which honestly is a true statement. So there's nothing wrong with saying something like that. And conversely, I also would not talk about her past dating history either, because quite frankly, it's probably going to piss you off. So I would just steer clear from the topic altogether. So thing number 2 to never say to a woman, a lot of you guys probably already do this one, but for me, given my experience, it's always best to never call a woman out of her name. This includes dumb, stupid, insert any cuss word here. Really, any of these are no-goes. Women are really emotional in nature, if you haven't noticed. So really, the more you do things like this, the more they're gonna associate negative feelings to being around you. And the higher the likelihood that they'll eventually split, or they may stick around just long enough to find an alpha gentleman as your replacement. And speaking of alpha gentlemen, hey, if you made it this far, congratulations. You're on your way to becoming a premier gentleman and scholar. So definitely consider taking a look around, liking and subscribing. As you know, it helps with that algorithm. It helps the channel to grow. It really does work to facilitate that strong, tight-knit community. But moving right along, I mean, yeah, this really just sets the dynamic of the relationship. So if you're going around calling her out of her name and you guys are constantly sending barbs at each other, really this sets the dynamic and she's gonna watch and mirror you. So if you're doing that to her, expect to get that same type of energy back in return. Thing number 3, to never tell a woman. You know, she points out another girl and says like, oh, that girl is really cute, or her hair is like really nice. Like, you know, what do you think? Never agree and say, oh yeah, like that woman's really attractive. Please note, this is a test, gentlemen. She is testing you to see if you're still out here and looking at other women. I mean, seriously, it's just kind of a sleazy move to be doing that, you know, while you're out with a girl. Even if you two aren't exclusive, a woman's going to want to feel special while she's spending time with you. She's gonna want you to make her feel special. So this definitely does not do that if you're out and your eyes are peering all over the place trying to get a look at different women. I mean, if you're going to do it, keep it subtle, gentlemen. And if you do agree to something like this, it might not be a huge deal at first, but definitely over time, it's going to make her feel insecure. It's just one of those things that definitely doesn't help, if anything. For me, I usually say like, oh, I wasn't even looking at her, I missed it. Or for me, I might say something like, yeah, that girl was smoking hot. And then right after say, I'm just kidding. You know I only have eyes for you. But if she's already insecure, I wouldn't risk doing even that. Thing number 4, to never tell a woman. That is going to be, let's get into a relationship. I know, a lot of you guys are gonna disagree with me on this, but hear me out. There is really no need to ever mention a relationship to a woman. When she is ready, she will bring it up to you, bro. And if she hasn't already, that means she's just not feeling it yet. Or she belongs to the streets and we don't want those girls for obvious reasons. I'm gonna be honest, you know, I've dated a good amount of women at this point and I've never had a problem with this. And if you still don't believe me, think about it this way. You know, a woman is eventually gonna get to a point, and we're talking about a good woman here, where she's like, you know, where is this going? Where is this leading? Is there a future? Do you really care? These are going to be the things that she is going to be thinking. So, I mean, if it's been a while and she still hasn't brought it up, she'll probably bring it up like maybe as an ultimatum type thing. Almost like if we don't start moving things in that direction, then I'm gonna move on. Anyway, all I'm saying is just let the woman worry about all that type of stuff and you just work on facilitating a good time. And last but not least, thing number 5, to never tell a woman, that is going to be, is your hair, is your breast, is your butt, is your nose real? I mean, come on, dude. I mean, seriously, think, man. Do you think that's a question that you'll really be excited to be answering? As the great wise Dale Carnegie once said, you should ask people questions that they'll enjoy answering. And this especially applies to women. There is nothing exciting about answering a question like that. So anyway, you know, I hope that provides some great insight for you guys. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely let me know if I've left any out. So, you know, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. I'll go ahead and drop my email in the description box down below. Definitely let me know if I missed any. You know, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But, you know, until next time, gentlemen and scholars.